Fine, I get it. I may have come off a little heavy-handed in the video where I accused us all of ruining radio with these wretched AI DJs. Yeah, that's a little intense. And to leave you hanging with just a finger wagging without any real positive, actionable advice, that doesn't work for me. So I'm back. I'm Jeff, the radio DJ dude. And I have a really cool free, yes, right here, 125% free tool that'll help elevate your AI created content, hopefully to the next level, and hopefully guarantee a much better sounding, much conversational, more realistic output from these AI robo writers who are preparing your scripts. Because in the video when I went, toe to toe with the AI DJs saying, oh my goodness, the output that I've been hearing, the robo junk coming out of our AI voiceover services, equally important as the voice files that are being generated. I mean, step one is feeding them really good scripts. That's where it all begins. The robots are just gonna read what you give them. So yes, it's crap in, crap out always. So we really wanna make sure our scripts are fine-tuned and are generating the best output possible before we even send them off to the DJs in the cloud. Obviously, prioritizing the most high-quality, listener-friendly content is job one for all of us. So let me jump right into this prompt. For free access, just bravely follow the link in the description and it takes you right here to Prompt Doctor. Good news, not only is the Prompt Doctor in, but he's ready to see new patients. So if your prompt is limping, if it's limpy, if it's drippy, well, you're in the right spot. So let me show you what this baby does. You have two options. You can either improve your existing prompts or fire up the prompt machine, tell the doctor what kind of bit you want to do, what kind of feature you want to create, and it gets to work and creates the pitch perfect prompt for you. But first of all, what we're going to zoom in on is improving a kind of wimpy prompt. So this is actually a prompt that a user of RoboDJ sent in, and this is it. I get what he was trying to do, trying to set the tone, set the voice of the AI writer, and then it gives it a topic to promote, just basically promoting the music mix. So here's what you do. In Prompt Doctor, we're going to say we want to improve it. And then, okay, let's tune it up. First, you paste in your prompt, just like that. You shoot it off, and then we're going to keep on rolling. Now you load up a sample output that you just didn't like, that needs some work. You pop that in. Okay, it's going to work. Now, what didn't you like about that? Well, this user actually gave me his thoughts. When it says, get ready to feel the rhythm with our station, that's just cliche. Tune in and let each note bring you closer to the heart of the sound. Oh, bleh, I'm vomiting just reading that. They already tuned in, and that's just horrible. Where's the sickness bag? Cliche and just rat turd nasty. So I'm copying that in and saying, oh my goodness, this prompt is not ready for prime time or any time. So what were we hoping for? Well, let's say we want a conversational, authentic output, real, not robotic, sound, upbeat, and positive. No cliches. Okay, we send that off. Then, here we go. Just like that, lickety-split, we have a revised prompt. And the rules, style guide, this is really important. Sample output. A lot of times, this is key. And if we see the original prompt, there was not a sample. So when you're crafting your own prompts, make sure to tell the bots, what is your definition of good? You could say, right in here, example output. And then you give it a version of a script that passes muster. Then you can do a bad script. And then that bad script, probably paste in this original output. Okay, back to the Prompt Doctor. So this almost sounds like it's being written from the point of view of a listener, like a listener promo. So if the sample output needs tweaking, well, you just tell the bots and it'll get back to work and then it cleans it up. Now, I'm not sure of the original intent from this user of what he's looking for, but like I said, this is kind of from the point of view of a listener. That's not bad. I think that's definitely so much closer to where we'd want to be than this robo junk. Now, let's say you still aren't digging this, and personally, I don't know if his intent was it to be from a listener's point of view. I'm going to say getting closer, but this should be from the radio DJ's perspective, not a listener's. Revise so the output is more like a station promo delivered by a DJ. And then here's the thing, this is the great thing about Prompt Doctor. You just engage in a conversation in English, not robo speak, and then it gets back to work and crafts just what you need. Wow, we've come a long way from this syrupy, nasty nonsense. And when you pair this with the right AI voice, you're much closer to being in that zone that you want to be in. But of course, what's missing from this is your station ID, your station name, or a slogan. That's something you can easily add. Now, add a rule to always end script with station name and slogan. Look at this. Here we go. Fully updated prompt with a rule to end with your station's name and slogan, just the way I like it. This is Breezy FM, the music you love. So then if you hop back to RoboDJ, come to the prompt library, we can add a new prompt, and this is basically just, we could call it generic talk break. And then here in the prompt content window, we jump back to the prompt doctor and we just copy this entire prompt, paste this in here. Now, the only thing I want you to be mindful of, you want to get rid of any emojis and any styling to avoid some of that styling, which could throw off our bots, is say output prompt, plain text, no emojis or styling. That's much better. Then you just could copy this. Let's hop back over to RoboDJ. We paste that in. You take off finalize prompt. One thing that's really key to add is this line. Only output one finished radio script. Do not generate multiple versions or alternate outputs. Okay, I'm going to add this to my master rules because honestly, it wasn't doing that. This is key. I think 110 words might be too long. I cut it down to 80. Let's see what that does. I want to save that. Let's see what that does. Now, let's actually put this into production, a real-time schedule. Let's see what this outputs. Hold the prompt doctor's feet to the fire. Is he committing prompt malpractice, or is this output something that's actually usable on your station? And does it follow the rules of the prompt? So this is going to run in under a minute. I'm looking at my phone right now. It's still 2:43. The moment it hits 2:44, I'll let you know. And you can see how quickly RoboDJ springs to action. Okay, 2:44 right now. So time is ticking away. And wow, just like that. Oh my goodness, that was less than 10 seconds. So now we head over to, there's something magical about listening to those old love songs from the 70s and 80s while watching a sunset over the lake. It takes me back to the days when my daughter was little and I'd sing along while making dinner. Those tunes have a way of weaving into our lives, don't they? Let's dive into that memory lane together. This is Breezy FM, the music you love. That's so much better and outclasses the stomach-turning, vomit-in-your-mouth effect of this original output. As you can see, that definitely was an improvement. We banished some of those kind of eye-rolling, sickening radio cliches that we all kind of cringe when we hear. And yes, we're radio pros. We get that they're cringeworthy. But I think even listeners, they hear them enough, it does ping subconsciously that, this really doesn't sound very good, doesn't sound authentic, doesn't sound real. And this is what we must strive for when we're using any AI tool. We have to get as close as we can to human DJ as possible. Granted, at this point, we're not going to get there 100%, but at least we make the effort and we fine-tune our existing systems to get that much closer to producing really solid output. Like I said before, the most important question we always ask before pushing anything out on our air, is this best for the listener's experience? Are we enhancing or are we detracting from their listening enjoyment? So everything we put on the air has to check that box for, is it entertaining? Is it engaging? Is it surprising? Will it make your listeners kind of perk up and lean in and wake them up from their daze that they're in? So your radio station has that power. And as we know, the real magic, yes, the real magic happens between our songs, because the songs, that's the throwaway, that's the giveaway. Listeners can get those things anywhere, but what they can't get anywhere is your unique essence, your creative spin that you bring to your station. And the moment between the songs, that is your opportunity to shine. That's your only place to really reinforce your station's unique brand, your special sauce. And AI, used correctly, can be a great tool to accomplish all of that, to add the necessary pep and perks that your listeners couldn't find anywhere else. Now, we're just talking about AI now. Hopefully it goes without running my gums, even though I will, because that's what I do. Professional loudmouth. AI, yes, can do all this, but you or other folks, human DJs on your station, they can only do this to the next level. Let AI create scripts. If you don't have time to come up with 100 fun and fresh ideas to talk about, let AI produce the scripts, but then you rock that mic. Come on, we know that only you could deliver, that content in a way that really connects with the listeners than AI robo voices can ever do. Consider an approach to where maybe it's 60% human and 40% AI. Of course, this is up to you. I don't care, do what you want. It's your station, and if it sounds somewhat decent, go for it. I think I just heard the prompt doctor call your name, so he's ready to see you now. So here's what we're going to do. We are now going to create a new prompt because we have an idea for a bit that we're dying to try. Let's say a new one. That's all we need to say. Prompt doctor speaks our language. He gets us. So, I don't know. I don't know yet. Maybe we can brainstorm later. Good. So we go on. What should the segment do for the listeners? I'm going to say if I input artist name, find a fun and little known fact about them. Okay? That's what I want to do. Yep, definitely want to give the listeners a quick wait what moment right before the next song. What tone am I going for? I think I'm going for entertaining, upbeat, fun, with a hint of sarcasm. Okay, prompt doctor, what have you got? Are there any rules or restrictions? Well, length shouldn't exceed, I'm going to say 20 seconds. This is key sometimes. You put when spoken aloud, so the bots understand the time frame that you're speaking of. Okay. Prompt title, quick hit artist fact. Use case, upbeat 20-second radio hit. Okay, look up a verified. This is important. And I trained the bot to make sure to prioritize factual, real information. So look up a verified, quirky, or unexpected trivia fact. Put the artist entered below. Okay, max 20 seconds. 40 to 50 words. That's great. Hint of sarcasm. Okay, only output final script. Here's a sample output if you ran that. Turns out Madonna once worked at a Dunkin' Donuts in Times Square until she was fired for squirting jelly filling on a customer. So technically, pop wasn't her first mess. Now that's an origin story. Okay, now let's say I like that, but avoid those kind of cliches. And then it'll get back to work and keep it more grounded and clever, not scripted sounding. Here we go. Prompt, avoid unverified trivia, fan rumors, skips cliches, or talk about it. Oh my goodness. The robo writers love. And now for a twist, or now for a fun fact, whenever you hear that, that was, robo generated. When they talk about a twist or a fun fact. Before she ruled MTV, Madonna got fired from a Dunkin' Donuts in Times Square for squirting jelly on a customer. Not exactly diva behavior, but maybe the foreshadowing was right there in the pastry filling. Now, as you know, this is AI. You never know what you're going to get, and every time you run this, you will get something different. But I do think this is better than this first one, and you keep iterating. You could keep, giving it notes until you find something you really like. But, for this, I think we're in the right zone. So now I want to say output text only prompt. Let's pop this over in RoboDJ. Okay, brand new prompt. We're going to call this Artist Fun Fact. To drop the prompt in there. Now, this is the kind of prompt that actually has to tie into your playlist. So let's say you had a voice track marker that said VT Fun Fact, And this track would have to exist in your playlist, either as a break note if you're in station playlist or an actual voice track placeholder file. Then you set the track position. Should RoboDJ look right before or after this VT marker name for the song that you want to create this fun fact about? But this is not enough. This will not work with RoboDJ, just saying artist insert name here. No, there needs to be a specific format for this to work. And one thing I want to add, which will be updated like we did for generic talk break, and only output one finished radio script. That's really key. Now right here in the tooltip for song-specific scripts, you must create a script about this exact song only. That's what it's looking for. So you just come down here and then you want to do artists. If you want to change exact artist only, great. There we have it. Save the prompt. And then we'll come back over here and make sure that all this is being recognized. Artist fun fact. Great. So we have a match on artist fun fact. This is great. Now over in schedules, I need to change the prompt to run. We want it to run artist fun fact. We want this to happen precisely in less than a minute. If I could quickly click buttons, it will happen. So now it's in the pipeline. Hopefully we'll get a cool artist fun fact for sweet juice Newton, squeezing all that creative juice out of this prompt that we can. I think this is a pretty solid prompt, and the only thing you may want to change is the amount of word count, but otherwise we are sitting pretty. Okay, it just hit 257. So they are, oh my goodness, just like that. I can't even get the words out, and they get the script out. Did you know Juice Newton once had a pet skunk? She named it Petunia and let it roam her California home like a furry little roommate. Turns out she loved its quirky company and even did the laundry while Petunia watched. Now that's living life on the wild side. Now it's up to you. I mean, you could end it right there. Now that's living life on the wild side. That's a little questionable for my taste. It's not horrible. It's in the way you deliver it, of course. That's living life on the wild side. Far from stinky. Here's Juice Newton, and just call me Skunky in the morning. But not bad. That's tight. It's short. It followed our rules, and I think that was a pretty good success. And this is something where you can also take your output, your real output from RoboDJ, come back over here to the good honorable prompt doctor, paste this in, and say, this is output from the prompt. It's good, but I don't like endings like it's too canned. Let's just see what it says. Totally agree. That kind of line feels too wrapped with a bow. You want the fact on the naturally, not with a wink. So there you go. The prompt doctor is always accepting new patients, regardless of how crappy your healthcare is. Just come on in, and he's ready to sharpen up his scalpel and really craft some great prompts that help you get the right kind of output to make your station sound more human. So to slay any confusion, no, I'm not anti-AI DJs. Of course not. I birthed RoboDJ, which is this cool AI DJ for broadcasters like us. We don't have deep pockets, but what we do have is deep passion, we have deep creativity, and we want to really flex those creative muscles in ways that our current playout systems cannot. I mean, they just fall short. And if you really want a AI DJ solution from a big provider, well, now we're talking hundreds to thousands of dollars a month to pull this off. And RoboDJ is an absolute steal for what it does, and it's only growing. I mean, I've already expanded the offering, all the current playout systems from RadioDJ to Sam Broadcaster, Station Playlist. We've got Radio Boss, M-Air List, now Play It Live. And this new functionality where it'll actually be able to tap in and read your playlist files, which is great for folks using Nextcast and an older system called Reduga, and even Station Playlist M3U files. So this will only grow, the feature set will only expand, and you will only be able to do more with this tool. So if you could dream it, RoboDJ could help make it a reality. If you haven't already taken this baby for a spin, hey, I've got a free 7-day trial waiting for you. Just go to this link right here and really put it through the paces. Drive it hard, and hopefully you'll be amazed at the magic that it can create. But That being said, it's so important that you have Prompt Doctor as a tool to make sure that you're feeding the bots scripts that are really top-notch from the get-go. It all starts with a great prompt which produces a wonderful script which hopefully leads to an awesome voice track. So enough yippity yap, go visit the Prompt Doctor. He's waiting. I mean, his office hours are pretty cool, 24/7. Hit up that link in the description. It's free and it's fun and it'll only make you sound that much better. Okay, go give it a try. Let me know what you think of it. Feel free to share comments if maybe there's some ways you think it can be improved. Well, so you know, I actually have the Prompt Doctor's phone number, so I could pass along any comments to him. I am Jeff, the Radio DJ dude, and speaking of comments and other niceties, if you could slam the like and subscribe button, oh my goodness, it would shoot me to the virtual moon. I thank you so much for your time. And until our next little radio rendezvous, you keep rocking those mics all over the world.